shit dope, nigga. My shit dope, nigga.
I was watching this show called Them, right? And you know what I mean? It's a crazy fucking show. It takes place 1954 during the you know, as white motherfuckers like to call it, you know, the Great Migration. You know what I mean? People don't just motherfucking migrate. Animals migrate. You know what I mean? But that's another story. It's a made up show, but it has some historical, like, you know, references and events in them and shit like that. So I'm watching this show, and every episode is just getting crazier and crazier. And it's and I want to say it was either the second to last episode or third to last episode. They showed some crazy shit that just had me all the way fucked up, man. Like, and it was this one episode that took place like 17 something, so it was going into the past now. I felt like I couldn't even breathe watching this shit, man. My eyes is all watery as a bitch. I'm not crying though, but my eyes is all watery as a bitch, and I'm just like, man, what the fuck, bruh? Like, I'm just in shock. You know what I mean? So I ended up finishing the rest of the series, and you know what I mean? The inspiration came from there. Came from that show. That's the origin, the root of, you know, how I came up with the video.
My shit like coke, I should probably go buy your boat, nigga. Sniff one line if you want.
I'ma tell you this, the creative space, it's not my usual space, you know what I mean? Being inspired and being focused and locked in. I didn't create from that space. I created from a whole other space I've never in my life created from. I created from a place of being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing this shit on the motherfucking TV that they displaying. I don't have all the tools and everything that I need, but I have some of the tools to create something meaningful and to relay a message that I want to relay. You know what I'm saying?
Gon' need a poke, nigga. Niggas stay selling you dreams. I'm selling hope, nigga. I'm too raw for y'all niggas. I'm just dope, nigga.
Mooch, I tell him the idea I got for the video, and he like, yo, this is crazy. This is, what the fuck? Like, you came up with this? Like, he couldn't believe this shit. He couldn't believe this shit, man. And it was just crazy just seeing like his facial expressions to this shit, man. Like, if you know Mooch, you know, you already know. You know what I'm saying? So he had said something. He was like, man, it's a little political, but he was like, yo, I fuck with it. He was like, I'm with you on this one, Zay. He said, let's do it. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? So I start, you know, putting stuff together a little bit more. And we started to prepare to shoot the video.
A 31 in the water, don't leave a crumb. I could get your man shot in the instant, don't need a gun, yo. Dropping every quarter, I'm winning like 3-1. And my shit on D&D, you disturb me, then bring a drum, yo.
I wanted to have a message that I was telling. You know what I'm saying? And the storyline being somewhat kind of like off the rails, but it's like everything still ties together in some way, shape, or form. Like, if you look at the signs, I got all these white fiends saying shoot it or snort it. Snort it or shoot it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a few things in there that's coded. You know what I mean? Like, there's a sign in there with the dude holding up, and it says the Great White Crisis. You know what I mean? You know, back in the 80s, you know, it was the crack epidemic. You know what I mean? There was a lot of homes and stuff starting to be broken. The black man, the black father, you know, is getting taken out of the household, is going to prison, or is being killed. You know what I'm saying? All this shit going on. But now you look at today, right? Fast forward from the 80s to 2025. Now there's a new epidemic going on. Now it's, you know, sad to say, but it's truth. There's white people starting to get hooked on all these drugs, and the newest drug that they getting hooked on is that fat. That fact got motherfuckers acting crazier than ever. You know what I mean? Like, if you pay attention with certain commercials and shit, they show it a little bit, but they not really putting that shit in motherfuckers' faces because they got a certain program and certain thing that they want to show and only that they want to show. They can't sit here and give the truth. Even though it is the truth, they don't want to expose that because they don't want themselves looking like they're less than. They've always viewed themselves as superior and being up, so they don't want other white people seeing this shit like, oh my God, look at this. This is crazy. You know what I mean? They want to keep themselves looking superior somehow, some way, and doing that, whatever it is that they had to do to keep that look and keep that image. But you go anywhere in the United States, you gonna see mad white fiends. It don't matter where the fuck it is that you go. You know what I mean? Whether it's Rochester, it's Philly, it's New York City, it's LA, it's Chicago, it's Atlanta, it's Houston. It don't matter where you go in the States, you're gonna see a bunch of white fiends. It's not just black people, it's not just Hispanics, it's not just Asians. You know what I mean? Like, this shit is like full on out there. You know what I mean? And you would just be a blind motherfucker if you were to act like you don't see the shit. It's out there. You just you gotta look.
My wrist should go to Harvard. I'm dunking on you for starters. Would've gave my little nigga a trap, but they would've caught it.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit here and tell me that Jesus from the motherland, where all life started from, was white. You can't sit here and tell me that. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy, son. You know what I'm saying? And they had a bunch of dark-skinned people that they've enslaved, that they brought to this country and said, you have to worship this white man named Jesus if you want forgiveness and if you want a better life for yourself. That's crazy shit. That image was created by colonizers? Like, you want me to believe that?
We were discussing the disciples. What color were they?
Well, I don't think we know that.
Then you can't believe for certain that Jesus was white.
God is white. Isn't it obvious?
The images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct. In Revelation, 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color of brass.
Just what are you saying?
So I say, you know what? I'm going to spin off that crazy shit. And the way that I wanted to flip it, I wanted to flip it to where it wasn't a bunch of black people worshiping a white man. I wanted to be a bunch of white, whacked out fiends worshiping a black man that has power, that has knowledge, that you are praying to on your knees, hoping you can get these drugs from, just so you could blast the fuck off that jet fuel and be in a whole other dimension. Then when your high goes down, that's when you get back down on your knees and you praying, Mooch, please, I need drugs, I need another hit, I need to snort it, I need to shoot it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to show. You know what I mean? But me being such a deep thinker and sometimes coding things, you know what I mean? Stuff like that goes over people's heads. That's all I wanted for the video was white fiends. I didn't want nobody else in this. I didn't want nobody else to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be him and him only and all these white fiends. Looking crazy, strung out, fucked up, all that. And this ain't no racist thing no more. This is just me putting the message out there in some way, shape, or form.
He's such a novice, I hate niggas that would've forced him. Would've wet him in a tub, but it splattered back on the faucet. His R.I.P. shirt would go fire with all the Jordans.
Like, I was out shooting for a whole day. I ain't gonna say a whole day, but I was taking breaks during the day because there's other shit I was doing that needed to get done. And I'm sliding through the east. I'm hopping out on Clinton, Portland, Joseph. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hopping out on motherfuckers getting these shots that I need. And it's specifically, like I said, white fiends. I don't want to show, you know what I'm saying, black fiends, Hispanic fiends, Asian fiends. I don't want to show that. I want to show white fiends. I want to show what these motherfuckers look like. You know what I'm saying? So like that was the mission that I was on. And then next thing you know, I got the fuel I needed from the east. I slid over to the west. I went on Lyle. I grabbed the fuel from over there. You know what I'm saying? And then once I got, then I slid downtown too. It was one downtown I got off East Main Street. And once I got all the shots that I needed, that I wanted, you know what I'm saying, there was just one more fiend that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So my brother Riggs was there, right? Just to make sure everything was cool and all that. And I was telling him about the one shot that I wanted to get. So I showed him the reference shot. I was like, yo, this is the shot, you know what I mean, that I want to do. But I want to have him have the syringes in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And my brother Riggs, he was like, oh, I don't know about that one, Zay. He might not budge. So what I did, I pressed the issue on him. I was like, listen, I need to get a shot like this. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just have the syringes in your mouth. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? You don't got to open them up and all that. Just have them like this. So he ended up doing it. And you know what I mean? I ended up walking over to my brother towards the end of the shoot. I'm like, yeah, I think I got him the budge. Like, this shit was just crazy. Because now that I got all the B-roll that I wanted to display for it, you know what I'm saying, everything was a wrap. You know what I mean? All I had to do is get Mooch's performances, and that was it. And at the end of the video, I put a quote in there by Malcolm X. When I was a young dude, I was doing the knowledge on Malcolm X, learning about who he was. You know what I'm saying? What he stood for. And one of my favorite quotes that I discovered by him that became one of my favorites was, a new world order is in the making, and it is up to us to prepare ourselves that we may take our rightful place in it. When I heard that for the first time, I said, oh shit. Like, I thought that was just like the illest thing.